Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about how to make a lot of money with crypto in 2022. Alright, so let's take a look at how we can make money with crypto in 2022. So I'm going to be giving you 3 levels of kind of engagement on what you can do if you want to kind of casually do it or if you really want to get into crypto, because one of the things that I've learned over the years is that sometimes you can have like kind of these passive investments and other times you can be a lot more active with your investments. I'm going to be going what you should be doing at all 3 levels. But the first thing I want to talk about is that it's possible in 2022 that the top of the bull market run will happen, and I'm going to be talking about what to do with all the 3 levels as well. But what that means is that we've had a pretty big bull run since, well, again, March of 2020, and that bull run is going to end at some point in time. Now, it could end in 2022, it could end in 2029. Nobody really knows what's going to happen, but the thing about crypto that you have to understand is that volatility is a big thing. Now, a lot of times in crypto, Bitcoin might go down 10 or 20%. And if it was a stock, like if my Apple stock went down 20%, that would be a huge problem, right? Well, not necessarily a huge problem for me, but like it would be a much bigger thing than if Bitcoin went down 20, or if one of my altcoins or meme coins went down 20, 30, 40%. I don't really lose much sleep over that. So you have to understand that the crypto market is a lot more volatile here, right? So the one thing that you really should think about when it comes to investing into crypto is what is your risk tolerance. And I'm going to be going over 3 different levels, beginner to advanced, on what you can do to make the most money possible. All right, so the first level I would say is the beginner level, is to basically just kind of set some money into crypto and kind of forget it. And the best way you can do that is to dollar cost average. So if you don't know what dollar cost averaging means, or if you have never heard of it before, all it means is that you are going to be investing in something at a given time. And the best thing about these crypto apps is they actually allow you to do this, okay? So usually a lot of people ask me, what should you do to get into crypto? And this is exactly what I tell them. The first thing that I would recommend that you do is to just basically download Coinbase. Coinbase is almost everywhere and you could use it. But the thing is that Coinbase allows you to set a daily or weekly or monthly kind of transaction. And I think there's another one where you can do like bi-weekly. So you can like kind of put your paycheck into crypto here. And that's probably the best way to do it. In fact, just download Coinbase, set maybe 10, 20, 100, $200 a week if you really want to into crypto, and just forget about it, right? Don't look at anything, just kind of, don't even turn on the notifications, because every time you go and buy something with Coinbase, it sends you a little email. Just forget about that email, turn that off and just forget it, and then cash out when you need the money here, right? And don't cash out when things are going down. Obviously, just keep buying, and then when things are kind of up or have settled, that's when you want to buy. Now, of course, it can be quite difficult to do this. And the one reason why I recommend dollar cost averaging is because it doesn't really care about the price here. Now, you're going to see in these levels that these levels kind of build on top of one another here, right? And so the first thing that you want to do, and even if you're not, even if you don't really want to be, if you want to be more advanced, you can actually just still dollar cost average. This is what I do. There's a bunch of coins that I buy on a daily basis. I just put some money in, and I kind of buy the dip. Because some of them go down, some of them go up. I just keep buying no matter what. And then I kind of move my money around with that. But that's more for level 2. But what you want to do is you want to just essentially dollar cost average and go to Coinbase. This is probably the easiest thing to do. Now, there's a couple things that you can do in terms of how you allocate each one of your coins here. Now, one thing you can do is just put 100% of your money into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is by far the most stable of all of these here. And depending on what you hear or on the internet or whatever, Bitcoin is probably the safest of all of them. Now, I know that Bitcoin moves up and down a lot, but if you're going to put money into any crypto and you had to choose just one, it would absolutely be Bitcoin, right? So you can just put 100% of your money in. So let's say you want to put $20, $50, $100 a week in Coinbase, whatever. That's probably the best thing to do. The best thing to do is to just simply put in 100% of that money into Bitcoin. The second thing you can do is put 50% of your money into Bitcoin, and then 50% of your money into Ethereum. And so there's multiple ways you can kind of set this up. Like if you're doing a weekly purchase, you can do 1 week Bitcoin, the other week Ethereum, 1 week Bitcoin, and the other week Ethereum. Like that's probably another way to do it. Now, why would you invest in Ethereum? Well, Ethereum is kind of more advanced blockchain than Bitcoin. There's a lot more things you can do with it. You can do NFTs, smart contracts. There's a bunch of things that you can do with Ethereum that you can't really do with Bitcoin. And so Ethereum is a really good bet, in my opinion, even though there's a lot of people on the internet that really don't like it. Now, the third thing you can do is you can weight things on a weekly basis. You can put 25% of your money into Bitcoin. You can put 25% of your money in Ethereum. And then you have a bunch of options here. You can put some money into Cardano or Solana, and these are kind of like Ethereum. There's more things you can do with them, and that's something that I like to do here. Now, in step 2, I stake all of my coins, and I'm going to be talking about that in a second here, because I think staking is probably one of the best things that you can do. But essentially, you can either pick Cardano or ADA and Solana, and then you can maybe pick 25% of something else. Let's say you want to do a coin that you heard that you want to invest in for maybe the year. That's what you do. Again, the point of level 1 is that you're not really thinking about it, right? And so as you can see with these levels here, Bitcoin only is the easiest one. Bitcoin, Ethereum is probably the second easiest. And the third one, I would just honestly do 25% Bitcoin, 25% Ethereum, 25% Solana, and then 25% ADA. And like, this is probably the best thing to do. What you do not want to do is buy the meme coins like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu or anything like that. That is not what you want to do, okay? Because I mean, I own some of these here, but I just do that because I'm a little bit more advanced here. Those meme coins are not really good investments. Maybe Dogecoin might be a good investment in the future, but that is a story for a different time. And what the news would make Dogecoin really good is that if Elon Musk had some really big upgrade to the system, and that could really be a thing, or if they started burning coins, right? Because all of these coins have either a set limit or they have like amounts that they can kind of create. And the thing about Dogecoin is that there's a lot of coins, and Shiba Inu is the same kind of thing because they're both kind of they're supposed to kind of be kind of jokes here. But believe it or not, Shiba Inu does have some practical world applications. And, you know, I could talk about that in a different video. But the whole point, again, of all of this is just to set it and forget it here. Now, the other thing that you need to do when you're investing is you just kind of watch the news here and there. So maybe you watch a video a month, or you kind of read an article about crypto here. You kind of just like casually look into it, right? And the other thing that I really stress about this particular level is that you just basically set it and forget it. And if Bitcoin goes up, that's great. If Bitcoin goes down, you buy the dip. You just forget about it. And then 10 years in the future, you kind of just, take out your gains. This is a very long-term way of thinking about it. And this is probably the best and easiest way. Just simply buy things on a weekly basis and forget about it. All right, so let's talk about level 2. Now, in level 2, you want to do everything that you do in level 1, right? You want to basically just kind of dollar cost average some of the bigger coins, and you can pick whatever one you want here. But you want to look at the markets daily if you're going into level 2. You want to look at different coins, you want to research different coins, and you have to basically take one extra level here. Now, the other thing that I suggest people to do is in the first level, I said, just go to Coinbase and just buy things here. Now, by the way, if you have another exchange that you want to use, go ahead, use it. But, Coinbase is probably the easiest one to get into. That's why I'm suggesting it for level 1. For level 2, I move everything to KRAKEN because KRAKEN's probably my favorite exchange. And what you can do with KRAKEN is you can stake certain coins like Ethereum, Solana. There's a really good one called Kava, which gives you 20%, and then Cardano or ADA as well. And the thing is that this is really good because you can get anywhere between 5 and 20% on your yearly investment. And this is absolutely amazing, right? So I stake my ADA and Solana, and I do have a few others like Polkadot, etc. And so what you can do is you can basically every week you get coins for, it's like buying a stock with a dividend. You just get a weekly dividend. It's really good, and the compound interest compounds on what you've staked. And so that's really good. And this is something that I highly recommend that you do. But it also requires you to learn more about how to transfer coins over, and you have to understand how to do that. And once you understand how to do that, then, well, you're going to start to learn crypto a bit more. Now, the other thing that you want to do in this level is you're going to have to start to watch a few hours a week on crypto. Find some really good people that understand crypto. Altcoin Daily is one of my favorites. BitBoy Crypto is another. So I watch these videos all the time here, and I try to learn as much as I can about the blockchains. That's more for level 3. But you do want to be watching, maybe an hour a week on this stuff. You want to be kept up to date on what's going on here. Now, the other thing about this level is that it is a little bit more active. While the first level was just the set it and forget it, this one you are taking, like if Dogecoin goes up, you have to exit that, move it to a different coin, move it to fiat. You are doing a lot more things. You are looking at the markets more heavily on a daily basis. And you have to do this. You absolutely have to if something's going up, because sometimes one of these coins spikes up and it will never hit that again. Dogecoin is probably the best example of this, but you never know. Dogecoin can come up again because Dogecoin is kind of forming a complicated bottom, but that's a story for a different time. But once you start selling your altcoins, you can move things into fiat, maybe take some profits back to your own bank account, buy a new house or car or whatever you want to buy with your profits. That's something that you absolutely want to do. And the other thing about this level is that you have to be prepared to move, I would say, 80% of your coins completely out of the market in the event of a top here. Now, finding that top is going to be a very big, it's going to be very hard because it's almost impossible to time the market. That's why I say like 80% here. But you'll know when we hit the top of the market, when we have day after day after day after day of green candles. And, if you don't know what a candle is, you kind of have to do your research. And that's why you want to do in level 2. You want to look at charts, you want to understand kind of this, at least understand some very basic technical analysis of the very least, just so that you can kind of understand. Remember, the technical analysis is more of a roadmap rather than a crystal ball. And so level 2 requires a lot more activity. And if you're really into crypto, then you can do that here. And again, 90% of people are probably just going to stick with level 1, and that's completely fine. That's a very good way of doing things. I like this stuff, so I'm fit more into level 2 instead of level 3, and I'm going to talk about level 3 right now. So in level 3, this is the advanced level. Now, one of the things I don't do in level 3 is start day trading, but I know there's a lot of people that do this because since crypto is so volatile, Bitcoin can go down $3,000 and then go back up to $3,000 within an hour. It's quite crazy. So what do you need to do? Well, you need to learn to day trade. And the best way that I suggest learning to day trade is to take $1,000. And in crypto, because the gains are so big, you can actually go, take 1,000 to 2 and double it as much more quickly than you can with stocks, right? So this is what you want to do. Take $1,000, because if you lose $1,000, right, well, you lose $1,000. You're not losing 10,000, you're not losing 100, you're not losing a million, right? So if you can't get 1,000 to go to 2, then you cannot go from 100,000 to 200,000. In fact, the stakes are much higher at that level. So what you want to do is, well, you want to try and double your money as quickly as possible. So that's 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 64, 64 to 128, 256, 512, 1 million, over $1 million, right? So you want it, that's kind of your goal here. Now, of course, you can start with like 20,000 or whatever, right? You can start with that, whichever number you want here. But now this is the thing about day trading. So let's say you go from 1 to 2 all the way up to 64,000, then you lose half of it, right? Right back to 32. Well, you're still like way up from that $1,000, right? So you want to start with small amounts first and then go up. And one thing that can absolutely happen is, like, let's say you start day trading and your $1,000 ends up being like $300. You lose 70%. This is very common, but you have to understand where you failed and you have to move forward here. And that's why I recommend not using like 100,000. Try starting with 1, right? Again, the whole point of investing is that you want to try to do this in a very slow and calculated way. It's very rare, if not impossible, for people to just kind of get in and then retire within a month or 2. Sometimes you see that stuff on Wall Street Bets, but not always, right? So that's what you want to do when it comes to day trade. Now, the other thing that you do in level 3 is that you're constantly watching the markets, because, well, you're watching it like it's almost your side hustle or your second gig. If you're working from home, you can do this while you work, and I bet you a lot of people do that anyway. But the other thing you can do is you can start a YouTube or a TikTok, and once you get big, with that, you can start using the proceeds of that to go all the way into crypto. And that's something that's really good as well. You can start attending crypto conferences if you want here. And if you're really into it, you can start developing for blockchain. And this is kind of the most advanced thing. Now, not everyone's going to do that, but if you're really into crypto, you should probably do a few tutorials and build a few things like a few smart contracts on some of the chains here. It's really important that you learn to do that. Because at least if you go through like a couple smart contracts, you really understand what's going on. It's one thing to understand what smart contracts can do, and it's another thing to build them, right? And if you learn how to build just even the basic one, you'll understand what can be done and what not can be done. Okay, so let's recap here. There's a lot of things that you can do with crypto, and the best way to do this is to pick which tolerance level you're at here. Now, what I highly recommend that you do is start at level 1 and then move to level 2 or 3 here. Now, if you already kind of want to stake your coins and you want to just kind of set it and forget it, kind of like a level 1.5, you're definitely more than welcome to do that here. But for the most part, everyone asks me what to do with crypto and how you should get into it. So that's why I'm really making this video. And of course, I'm making this video for you so that you can make a lot of money on it. Alright, so that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. If you really like this channel, you can subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. We release 20, 60 hours of fresh new content per month, every single month. It really does help us out when you subscribe. We have monthly and yearly options. You can learn anything from web development to blockchain development. Yes, you can even learn how to build smart contracts with the courses that we provide here. And we can also do a lot of other courses on machine learning and game development and, well, basically a lot more. Again, we release 20, 60 hours of fresh new content per month, every single month. With your help, we can get to 10,000 paid subscribers, and we can release 200 to 300 hours of content per month every single month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.